Sam, tell him who you are.
I'm Sam, like green eggs and ham. I've never had that except in second grade, like a lot of you probably, when you did the craft experiment and found out that it was just regular eggs and ham with green food coloring dye number 4.
Is that a thing?
Not sure, but it sounds good as long as you're confident.
Okay.
So, I'm Sam. I help lead our middle school students in our Breakaway program here at Kensington Church. Welcome to the show.
Did you tell him what it was called?
The show.
No,
I just said
the
it.
program.
Breakaway. I said
You did?
Breakaway.
I wasn't listening to you. Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm in charge of our high school program, which is called Edge. It's called Edge.
On the edge.
Yep, we meet on Sundays at 5. Right,
Glad
5.
you can count.
I can count sometimes. I like our green screen, Sam. Tell them what happened with our screen.
So I ordered it a couple weeks ago, and it's supposed to be like 7 to 10 days. So I was like, yeah, we'll have it for the first shoot. And I got an email last night.
So this is not what it's supposed to look like. Actually, I don't even know what Sam's putting on behind us right now. It could be something funny or inappropriate.
Last week, we had at Breakaway our tough questions and our game of dodgeball extreme. Okay, so not only were the questions extreme, but dodgeball was also extreme. You guys had some great questions. I hope that if you were there and you joined us, that you were able to have some peace, have some resolve about the questions that were asked.
In Edge, we had our second annual dodge
balloon tournament.
That's not even a word.
Blah.
Dodgeball. In Edge last week, we had our second annual dodgeball tournament, and we called it what? Dodgeball? I got this wrong. Dodgeball. It's not donuts. Dodgeball, doubts, and dough. That's right, cookie dough. Sam, talk to us about our series this coming week.
Yes, this week and for the next 3 weeks, we are going into a series where we're going to be talking about the state of our minds and how we become masters of our minds. The series is called Masterminds, but we're going to be talking about how we can control our thoughts, how we should submit them to Jesus, but also how we're not meant to walk alone in this life. So we're meant to walk with one another, but also that as we walk, that Jesus is with us always, that God's presence goes with us everywhere that we go. So it's going to be exciting. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, so our first week, since we're talking about the mind, I thought it'd be fun to play a game. Sam, we're going to play a game. Are you ready?
I'm not ready. I did not know what this game is, so we're about to find out.
It's time for 20 questions with Sam, Franjiwan, and Michael.
Okay, Sam. You're going to play 20 questions. So you have to think of an item. I have to think of an item. And we have 20 questions to try to guess it specifically.
Okay.
Is it a thing? Yes. Does it have to do with food? No. Does it have to do with clothes? No. Is it man-made? Yes. Can you buy it in a store? A replica. Is it the Millennium Falcon Lego set? No, but you're getting in the right direction. That was a strange replica. That was strange. You didn't need to say because it's only yes or no questions. Have you thinking maybe? Trying to help you. I'm not quite sure you can get it without it. So. Is it a toy? Can be. Jesus, this is brutal. The replica is. Can you buy it at Target? You don't go to Target. Yes? I guess. I'm assuming so. I don't really shop at Target. Does it have? It's a little too bougie for me. Does it have anything to do with Legos? No. Why did you go up at the end? No. It was leading. Does it cost less than $40? I don't really know that answer, so don't count that one because I don't know. Okay. What if I ask, does it cost less than $15? I don't know how much it costs. I haven't bought one in a while. Is it a ship in a bottle? You're like moving far in the wrong direction. You were close. Closer. Does it have to do with a movie? Yes. Okay. I have 5 to go. Does it have to do with Star Wars? Yes. Oh my gosh, I was so close with Millennium Falcon. I know. That's why it was such a weird shot in the dark. Is it the Darth Maul lightsaber? Well, that's the only one that's double-sided. It's not the Darth Maul lightsaber. What question are we at? We're at 18. You only got 2 left, Sam. I mean, I'm just trying to think through what one would be specific. My other thought would have to be Luke Skywalker. No, it's not. It's not. Oh my gosh, you have 1 guess left. Guys, I have 1 guess. There's so many I know, not Darth Maul, but the one who's way more popular than Darth Maul. Darth Vader. Darth Vader. You gave it to me on number 20. I did, because I felt bad for you. Okay. First question. Is it Richie Christie? No! Oh, dang it. Okay, is it in a movie? No. Okay. Do you eat it? No. Is it a location? No. Is it a person? No. I'm gonna tell you a big hint, because you only have 6 questions. Anxiety. It's really giving me anxiety. You have 5 questions left. Shoot. It is in a video game. Well, you don't even play video games. Exactly, that's how I knew you would never get it. Link's sword. Great guess, but no. Is that 20? Well, yeah, I'll tell you what it was. Birdo's tennis racket at Mario Tennis. Birdo! And there was no way you were gonna get it. So I win.
So we're talking about, this weekend we're talking about where the direction of our thoughts. And wherever we direct our thoughts, our lives will follow. And I thought about an interesting, funny story one time. I remember when I was a kid, we lived out by there was a giant hill behind my sister's house, and we had those radio flyer wagons, those red wagons.
I do.
Yeah, well, we used to take and ride on those down the hill, and it was super fun. But I remember one time that while we were riding, our rusty wagon, the wheel broke off the front, and we had this moment of panic because while we're riding down on the wagon, even though we wanted to go left, we went right. We couldn't stop which direction we were going. And I feel it's the same way with our minds. The way that we think will direct the way that we live.
It's really good.
So Paul, he actually talked about this. I want to bring this verse up. When thinking about our everyday life and the struggles that we face, whether it's with somebody or with something that we're going through, I think this verse really kind of sums up how we can fight back. Because I feel like sometimes we think we're helpless, right?
Yeah.
When we get into tough situations or we come across someone who's just really giving us a hard time, we can be tempted to feel like we're helpless. And if we feel like we're helpless, we might actually make decisions that we wouldn't normally make if we knew we were going to overcome. So Paul said this: though we live in this world right now, we do not wage war as the world does. We don't use the weapons that the world uses to fight. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. So what he's talking about is we have this strength within us that comes from
the Holy Spirit.
There you go, the Holy Spirit. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. So I think sometimes those arguments, those struggles that we run into on the outside, sometimes they're on the inside too.
Right.
And he says, in that vein, we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ.
That's awesome.
So when it feels like the wheels have fallen off and we're going in a direction we don't want to, basically what he's saying here is to be mindful of what we think, to make sure we approach it from the right direction.
It's really good.
So thinking about taking captive, we thought it would be fun to kidnap some students and take them captive. It was fun. Watch this.
I don't think that's what Paul meant when he said taking our thoughts captive. I don't think he was talking about students, people, kidnapping,
Yeah.
illegal activity. No.
You're probably right.
Probably right. No, it reminds me, just a couple weeks ago, my wife was in Costco with my daughter. So my daughter is 2 years old. And they were sitting. One thing you can get at Costco once you get all of your stuff is you can get pizza. But it's like big. It's like a big old piece of pizza.
It's humongous.
It's amazing. But they were sitting there and they were making a mess because it's a large piece of pizza. It was just my wife and my daughter. They don't have like high chairs, so she's like sitting on the bench, kind of chaotic. And my wife went to grab like some napkins. While she's getting napkins, Nora is there sitting alone. And there was an older woman who was sitting at a table nearby who just kind of kept looking at them. And my wife was thinking, like most of us would think, oh, this lady is just judging the crap out of me right now. She probably thinks I'm not present mom. She probably thinks that I'm not good. She thinks that Nora is not well taken care of, like somebody could take her, all because I'm not doing what I should be. I'm not good enough. And so quickly, she's able to look at somebody and have thoughts that lead her to think and believe things about who she is.
Oh, yeah.
But what happened a little bit later, towards the end of the meal, this woman walks up to my wife and she starts saying how loved she can see that our daughter is. she starts speaking life essentially to my wife in the middle of Costco. And even though Anne was thinking and allowing herself to believe that this woman was thinking different things about her or negative things about her, that's not what was actually happening in reality. And God was able to come into that moment and speak life through this woman at a Costco. Just crazy.
That's huge. Like, I would have expected, I mean, what I've seen people like walk up and like trash other people for what they're doing with their kid or how they're treating their kid. Like, I would have I've
gotten that too. So there must be something about my wife that is just very special, which is accurate. So.
And she married you.
That's surprising, I know.
No, it's not.
Great point, Michael.
So we want you to come and join us. What time is Breakaway?
10:30.
What is
probably
that?
inappropriate?
Those gang signs? I don't even know.
I don't know.
And then Edge High School, meet us at 5, and we will see you this weekend. And before you go, look down in the comments. How about you share with us how you keep your thoughts captive and what you do to be mindful of the way you think. We'll see you Sunday.
See that? Is it a she? I think Berto is a she.
No, I don't really know. I've never asked. I've never asked.
You get to look at it?
Do you want this out so we can see it? What would be better?
How am I supposed to know what to say?
We're cutting most of this.
That's fine. I would expect nothing less. Just my soul poured out. For the sake of the video.